Hey guys, Buffin Gaming back bringing another video today for our weapon blueprint series, and today we're going to be covering the tank blueprint for the M13 or the SIG Virtus SBR, which is unlocked via the Enlisted bundle, which you can see now here on screen for 1,600 COD points. So this isn't a new bundle. It was around, I believe, the very beginning of Season 2, and I just decided to get it based on the fact that I've been using the M13 more in Warzone lately, and I wanted to have a little bit different of a design here. So what you can see for 1,600 COD points, what you get is the militant skin for Zane, the tank assault rifle blueprint, which we're covering today for the M13, the hold this finishing move, not have come operator equip, the death support calling card, nightlight charm, and then one tier skip for this. So 1,600 COD points are around $16. You get this, and again, it's a really nice blueprint. I think changes the weapon up a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We'll see the changes versus the base M13. Then we'll jump in a game, check out the recoil quick, and see how it handles in game. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Here we see our final design for the blueprint. So I'm going to cover the blueprint as it comes, and now you can see here there's only 4 attachments in total, so we can actually add one. So first off, to cover what it comes with. So the barrel, we have the Tempest Mini, which is the 8-inch barrel that comes with this weapon, which turns it into a SIG Virtus, the MCX Virtus SBR, or a short-barreled rifle. So this is the Tempest Mini, the shortest compact barrel attachment for the M13. This is going to assist with your ADS speed as well as movement speed, the combi, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Skipping on the laser, we have the OPTIC being the PBX Hollow 7 sight. So this is, again, American sight, very similar to the holographic, but a little bit clearer of a sight picture in my mind. So this is going to just same pros and cons for every sight that you have in the game here. Precision sight picture, add a little added weight here, so you're getting a little bit slower ADS speed, but it's not going to impact you that much. Now we're going to mitigate that here with the stock. We have the M13 skeleton stock, which is based on the MPX, MCX side folding stock. It would fold to the right-hand side of the weapon here. Going to assist with the aim walking movement speed as well as the aim down sight speed. Only con being aiming stability. You can see how it affects the stats there with the accuracy as the control just slightly. Now, for the fourth and final attachment, we have a Merc foregrip here. This is going to assist with your recoil control and hip fire accuracy. The cons being aim walking movement speed as well as ADS speed. So that's 4 attachments. What I'm going to do for this is you can put a 5th one wherever you want. You can utilize it in a perk or maybe a laser sight or maybe ammo for more rounds in the mags or a grip. But I'm going to put a compensator on this. This is kind of what I like to run with any foregrip. Just helps a little bit more with the recoil control on this. The cons being the aim down sight speed and the aiming stability slightly. So you can go ahead and throw that on there, or you could throw like a suppressor or something on. And that's really our final design for the tank blueprint that we're going to utilize for the M13 or the MCX Virtus SBR short barrel rifle here. So really quick, what are the changes to this versus the base M13? So here you can see we have the blueprint. Now, if I drop down to the standard M13 with the same attachments here, you can see the changes. Just mainly, there's camouflage changes. So if we jump back into the blueprint here, what it does is change the lower receiver of the weapon here. You can see to a more of a tactical or an urban green camouflage. We also have a skeleton stock with a yellow, what looks like a yellow piece of electric tape on the top of the stock where the cheek rest would be. We also have the same camouflage applied to the pistol grip, obviously, is part of the lower, as well as the Merc foregrip here. You can see that camouflage applied. You also have a little bit of a camo applied here. It looks like a lighter type of black or a gray to the PBX holographic sight on the top there as well. And you see that camo on the front flip sights as well as the rear flip sights for the iron sights as well. And you also have a little bit of what looks like white paint splatter on this weapon as well there on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and those are really the only changes. Now, if I were to just really quick edit the rear grip, we'll just look at, you have some additional writing here. So we have MAC 8 right above the magazine well. We have MAC 8. You know what, let me preview it so we can see it a little bit more clear. So we have some writing there on the top of the upper receiver. Then we also have MAC 8 Industries right above the magazine well. And then we also have, you see MAC 8 Armory, Rapid City, South Dakota, USA. And then we have our semi and full auto select fire options on the weapon. So those are the changes. This blueprint isn't going to affect you're not going to change the effects of this. If I were to throw any type of attachment on here, you're still going to stay with the lower receiver changes as well as the foregrip, as long as you're using the Merc foregrip. So you can see the changes there. I've been running it similar to this in Warzone lately, and so you can see it's not going to change anything. And then obviously if you just do any other stock on this, you get the same type of stock. So any changes that you make to this is not going to impact the way the blueprint. It's just really a nice lower receiver change to the weapon for this. So camouflages, again, how do the camouflages look on this? You can see it's going to apply to the whole lower and upper as well as the stock on the weapon. Same as, I believe, the base M13. But those are the final specs for this blueprint. So let's go ahead now and jump in game and see how the M13 tank blueprint with the compensator on this, or the SIG Virtus SBR, handles with a recoil control and then in game. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, here we are in game with our tank blueprint, or the MCX Virtus SBR. Really quick, let's take a look at the recoil control here. So I'm going to let it rip on this wall and not control it. See, we're going up and slightly to the right. Now if I try to control it, obviously we're at a medium distance here. You can see that cluster versus the not controlled. We're going up to the right and then nice and tight. So how does this handle in game? If I can hit anybody here. Rough start. But again, very nice blueprint for the M13 being the tank as part of the Enlisted bundle. So let's see how this handles. The only addition we've made to this is the compensator, since the base weapon or blueprint only utilizes 4 attachment slots that are given to us. So I have used this pretty extensively in multiplayer, and I opted to just show this in a custom game due to the amount of lag that's been going on lately in multiplayer games. I had quite a bit of trouble just trying to get a basic game last night without a lot of lag interrupted, so I wanted to do this in a custom game that you can see here, so we can really get an idea of how it handles without the impediments of the lag that we've been experiencing. So overall, I think it's a very good blueprint. Again, the M13 did get a buff to the range recently, a few weeks back, I believe the end of Season 1 or very beginning of Season 2. And we did cover that here on the channel, so go ahead, I'll try and link that down below here. But I did use this a bit online. Even with the lag, it's still a very effective... Whoa, that's an enemy, jeez. Still a very effective weapon, and I do really like the way it handles. Very quick ADS. Obviously, the rate of fire in the M13 is very, very fast, so it tries to make up for the lack of damage versus the Kilo and the M4, but it doesn't quite do it. I think the damage on this could be a little bit better, but I find myself being able to get into engagements, especially in multiplayer. You'll see here, I'll show it off. Being able to get to medium and even long-range engagements when I really needed to. The recoil is not hard to control here. You can see right there, we didn't leave center mass at all. We had all chest shots on those shots. So right there, very little recoil to no recoil at all, which is really good to see on this weapon. That's really what you need in order to compete with something like the Kilo or even the M4, which is where we need that faster rate of fire to compete. Also, you can see we don't even have a laser on this, and the hip fire is actually very good on this weapon. So that's also good to see. I was able to get a lot of hip fire kills. So let me know what you guys think of this blueprint. Is this worth the money in your opinion for $16? $16 for the blueprint of the M13. No really major cosmetic changes to this. However, like I said, it is a nice switch up to the lower receiver, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to get more blueprints or even the option to change the camouflage patterns of the weapon, as far as if I want a lower receiver or an upper receiver camouflage change, or if I just want to change the camouflage on, say, the optics or something along those lines to really make my weapon more unique. To change the lower receiver paint color, the optic paint color, and other things along those lines, I think would be really nice to see in the future of this. So we'll have to see. I know they're allowing us to mix and match blueprints going forward. So again, we'll have to wait and see how extensive they really take this in the future. You can see here it handles really, really well, though. I've been using the M13 a lot, especially in Warzone, and I've been having a lot of luck with this weapon. I think you can see there, just the rate of fire really makes up for the lack of damage that we get versus the M4 or the Kilo 141. So let me know down below what you guys think of this weapon. Is it worth the purchase for you? Are you a fan of the M13 even after the buff that we got at the end of Season 1, beginning of Season 2 there? Have you tried it? Do you plan to go back to this weapon or not? So let me know down below what you guys think. Also, be sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe. It definitely helps out the smaller channels like me, and I know the support's been really great. A couple of my videos, at least one, has reached over 2,000 views, or excuse me, 200,000 views, which is just amazing, guys. So thank you very much. Big thank you to all the loyal subscribers and everyone that does like the videos that I produce on this channel. So there we go. Also here I'm using the X16, I believe it is. Let me switch back and forth. M19. So the M19 pistol is actually becoming one of my favorite pistols as far as like accuracy, and with the lightweight trigger here. I have to cover this different conversions that we get for this pistol in the future. Let's see, we're actually out of ammo here. Oh god. Also, be sure to let me know down below what kind of blueprints you would like to see for the rest of Season 2, even maybe into Season 3 and beyond. I'm going to be doing a video for AK-12 blueprints that I want to see, XM8 for the G36 or the Holger 26. I think would be really nice to see as well. So I'm going to be making a separate video on that, as well as some additional tweets. Try and get Joel Emsley to see those again. He did see some of those, so it was good to see he definitely pays attention on social media. So if we can somehow get those blueprints in the game down the road, I think that would be good to really take advantage of the gun bench and all that it has to offer. So, whoa. Also, have you guys been playing Warzone lately? Let me know down below what you think of that. I'm going to be doing a video for my best weapons in that game. And I know, I think, oh god, it's a Claymore. Exclusive Ace did a video for some of his best weapons that he saw. I'm going to be doing another video for my best weapons, at least one of my best loadouts. I do have a sleeper gun that is the best damage that we've seen, but I think it's not really, Exclusive Ace mentioned that it's not really usable just due to the magazine size and stuff like that. So I'm going to go over that, and I have some gameplay just to show that it's probably the best gun in the game in my opinion. And I've just been shredding people with it, so I'll go ahead and release that video probably later this week. Also have a couple more blueprint videos going. Let me know what kind of weapon conversions you guys want to see going forward. Anything that I may have missed in the conversion series. I know there's a couple shotguns I still need to get to, and there's some sleeper weapon conversions that I can still do. So I'll have to get to those as soon as possible too. Probably by this weekend we'll get some of those, and I have some user requested videos that I will be doing as well going forward. So stay tuned for those. And you can see there how this thing just shreds people. The fast rate of fire is really good. The only downside being, you can see there, is that we have the 30-round magazine. But again, you can still easily take out multiple people with those, with just that 30-round mag. But if you really want to play it safe, you can throw on the 50-round mag or even the 300 blackout for a little bit more damage at range. Also, let me know if you guys been playing Realism. Do you miss Realism? I know it's no longer in the rotation. I'm hoping they add that back in soon. The standard core multiplayer is fun, but I seem to have a lot more better luck with Realism. I think maybe just all the sweaties are typically in core, and Realism seems like a more tactical approach to the game, is how Infinity Ward initially wanted the game to be, without the minimap on all the time and things like that. So let me know if you played that, if you want to see Realism return. I'll probably be doing a video on that as well. Typically, playing Realism, I would be able to get chopper gunners just about every single game and have dominant games. And then in core, sometimes, especially lately with the server lag, it's been a little bit more difficult to do. So I'm hoping they add Realism back on. I think it just, you need to rely more so on your senses than minimap and the fast twitch gameplay that we typically see. And you don't usually have all the MLG Elite scuff controller players in Realism, because it's a little bit more of a tactical type approach to the game. So I'd really like to see something like that return going forward as well. But again, this is the M13 or the MCX Virtus SBR. Wow, that was a bummer. The Ash 12 just wrecked me. SBR short barrel rifle in real life. Again, utilizing an 8-inch barrel here in the game in real life. I believe it's a 9-inch barrel on the short barrel version of the Virtus. Not quite a Rattler. The Rattler would have a 5.5-inch barrel, but we've done conversions on those based on some of the blueprints that currently are available in the game. So I'll try and link those ones down below as well. But again, I'm Buffner Gaming. This is the M13 tank blueprint as part of the Enlisted bundle available in store for 1,600 COD points if you still have it. Turning it into the MCX Virtus SBR short barrel rifle. Till next time, Buffner Gaming. Out.